So, hello everyone. This is day 10 of my bone broth fast, and I'm recording this a bit earlier in the day because today I decided to break my bone fast. My bone broth fast. I decided to break it today. So, and I want to explain why I decided to finally stop today and kind of what the results were. I think I'm going to do another video just on the entirety of days 1 through 10, but that being said, we made it to day 10 and I was very happy about that. And I kind of touched upon this in the day 9 video, which I guess if some people tend to do this where you can, if you click here, if you click here, I'll put a link to the day 9 video. But basically, I was having a lot of cramps and pain in my legs from what I'm assuming was dehydration. And despite drinking lots of water, despite having tons of electrolytes through supplements and salt, the various different salts that I have, the cramps were still happening, and I didn't really know what to do in that situation because, well, I knew that the issue was magnesium, so I took my magnesium tablet, but I would go to the bathroom quite a lot right after that. So I would just kind of flush out my system of whatever magnesium I was putting in. So while being careful not to cause any risk to myself, I decided, okay, let's just call it a night for day 9. Day 10, let's safely break our fast. So, and that's what I did today. So I got up this morning and I wanted to try and follow the best protocols for best practices. So again, as I said in my earlier videos, I am not a doctor, and this is just my experiences and what I did. This is in no means a recommendation on what to do during a bone broth fast. This is just me sharing my experiences. So please consult with a doctor before you even start a bone broth fast or any type of fasting, and also consult with your doctor on how to break a fast correctly, because that is not what the intent of this video is. It's just for me to catalog what I experienced while trying to break my fast for today. So, that being said, by looking at videos from Thomas DeLauer and Dr. Berg, which I'll put links in the video right over here, for Thomas DeLauer's videos regarding how to break a fast, and then also for Dr. Berg's videos on how to break a fast. So that doesn't mean you have to follow that exactly. Again, like I said, talk with your doctor, find out exactly how you want to do it. This is just what I use as a template for how to break my fast. So what I did was, I knew I needed to do 2 things. 1, I needed to have mostly lean protein throughout the day. And 2, I needed to cut all of my electrolyte intakes. I'm clicking in my mic right now because my throat's very dry. So again, water, super important. Really should have done that on the last day, and I think that kind of cascaded an effect. So a lesson learned for the next time I decide to do a fast. Anyway, so the second thing, like I said, was not to take any salt intake in. So the lean protein basically was salmon. So I have a can of salmon that I just cracked open about an hour ago, and I took a couple spoonfuls of it. Not going to finish the whole thing right in one sitting, just a very small amount just to get my stomach used to food basically going through my system. And when I tasted the salmon, it was nice. There wasn't like a sudden rush of emotions or anything like that after not eating for 10 days, because again, I've been having bone broth and, other spices and a little bit of butter depending on what I'm doing for the day. So I didn't really expect it to be a big shift in the first place, especially it's only been 10 days. But again, had a little bit of salmon, was okay. I decided to go for a walk, and during the walk, no issues, no faint, because some of the biggest things that people have when they break their fast are things like dizziness, fatigue. Sometimes people pass out because there's a sudden rush of foods and nutrients going into your body, and your body just can't handle it. So just a small amount of salmon, went for a walk. So far so good, no dizziness, no issues. My stomach was okay with it. And so when I got back, I took another spoonful of salmon, and I think I'm just going to do that for the rest of the day today. Maybe every 30 minutes I'm going to go do that. So I might do a part 2 for this. I'm not sure what's going to be better, but it's going to take about 1 or 2 days before I'm properly situated back into eating again. But the thing you want to be careful about is just not basically have what's called, from what I learned, refeeding syndrome. And so that was my biggest worry, because if you suddenly have tons and tons and tons of nutrients, like your electrolytes and your minerals and things like that, they could flood back into your cells, causing a lot of swelling or any kind of damage that might take place. So just having just salmon straight out of the can, I think what I will do is I will probably steam some broccoli, and I will have that later in the day. And we're just going to do that for the rest of the day. If my stomach doesn't have any issues throughout that entire process, I may have dinner more traditional to what I was doing via my ketogenic meal plan, which most likely would be... Actually, you know what? It would normally be a burger with some avocados and cauliflower rice, but just in case, what I will do is I'll probably make the rest of the salmon that I'm eating today, because I'm not going to finish the whole can in the next couple of hours. I'll probably mix that up with a little bit of my buffalo avocado oil sauce, and maybe I'll put some hemp seeds in there. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But so far, okay. I'm probably going to try and have some broccoli in maybe another hour or two, and just see how things go. In the meantime, drinking plenty of water and being okay with that. In fact, my throat's so dry, I need to really drink more water. Anyway, so decided to finally break my fast, and I feel good. And I did weigh myself right after doing my fast, because again, I was expecting to weigh myself maybe in 2 weeks, assuming I kept going. But it's a good reason to finally just say, you know what, my body's telling me we're done. We had a good run with this. Let's go back to normal, and we'll try again later in the future. So when I did look at the scale, I weighed myself today, and it says 313 for my weight. So I'm 313 pounds now, which means between day 1 and day 10, I have lost over 17 pounds, because I started my bone broth fast at 330. So I think that was a very interesting experience, and I think a positive experience overall. Again, weight loss should not be the main goal here. Again, it was a nutrition thing, and I noticed that there were a lot of health benefits, and I'll kind of summarize that again in like a wrap-up video kind of this whole process for anyone that just wasn't sure what takes place, at least from a particular person, for a 10-day bone broth fast. But it was an interesting experience, and I think it's a good lesson, especially the stress response trigger for my appetite. That was a really interesting one, and overall I think it's a good lesson moving forward, and this will probably help with my ketogenic diet moving forward, and I'll probably go back to intermittent fasting as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to really kind of do for the next couple of weeks. I might experiment with 1 meal a day. I might experiment with 2 meals a day. I'm not sure what I'm going to do just yet. So for now, all I know is that my bone broth fast was a lot of fun. I think it was a good experience, and I will hopefully take those lessons learned through the next part of my ketogenic plan, basically. So, and the feeling of being 313, which I have not been under 320 in over 3 years, and that was something I realized previously. So the fact is that I'm better than I was almost 3 years ago, and on a downward trend, and I think that that's very worthwhile and meaningful. So yeah, so that's it for day 10 in a sense of the bone broth fast itself, but we'll see how things go. Again, like I said, I may decide to do another bone broth fast in the future, and who knows, I think because I was able to make it to 10 days, maybe I can go longer, or maybe 10 days is a good fit for me. But the one thing I can't stress enough is, to me at least, this is me telling myself this, please drink plenty of water. I think, day 1 through 8, I was good, but by the end of 8, going into 9, there just wasn't enough water being drunk, and I think that's an important thing, and I think that probably caused a lot of the issues I was having. So, and that's okay. This is a good lesson. So, anyway, that concludes day 10, and catch you later.